And just like that, we back to part. Damn it. Ah, boy, this thing. Here we go. And just like that, we back with part 2. Alright, beloved, shalom. Alright, before YouTube do their thing, let us do ours first. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, all right, we are in part 2, beloved. Thank you for joining us with part 2. All right, let's keep on moving, beloved. Again, the point of our videos is to put the nation at peace, Jews and Gentiles alike, and tell them there'll be no Jacob's trouble. The elite are not going to take over the world because they were ruling the world. They make it seem like some invisible forces or everything that happened is just happened for the sake of happening. No, everything was prophecy, and they want you to believe that whatever that they are doing is because they are so smart. The reason why they got all this money because they are so smart and they are so they are better than everybody. No, because they were and still, well, not now living in the blessing, but because they were under the blessing. Okay, this thing happened because you folks were in the blessing. Now the blessing is no more. That's why we're seeing all those things are happening. Okay, happening. Let's keep on moving, beloved. Okay, be at peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Of course, people are angry, say why you say there's no Jacob's trouble, or why you are saying there will be no Jacob's trouble when the camp or the Bible say there will be Jacob's trouble. Yes. Let's keep on moving.
We continue to follow breaking news right now on Long Island, where the Green Acres Mall in Valley Stream has been on lockdown because of a report of gunfire. Eyewitness News reporter Safan Kim just arrived at the mall. And Safan, what information do you have for us?
It's a word that can cause many people to shiver. Snowstorm. This week, millions from the Rockies to the Plains could see up to a foot of snow as a Pacific storm blows in from the west. Let's get a check on the weather threat with Paul Goodlow from our partners at the Weather Channel. Temperatures are really dipping, Paul.
We are dealing with a pattern change coming into the West Coast. Well, tomorrow, not bad. Temperatures, again, it's late October, so nothing unusual. Got 60s and 70s. Gone are the 80s, 90s, even 100-degree temperatures we had across the Southwest. But here's the beginning of the change. Some rain and some snow across the higher terrain. As we have this deeper trough come through and the storm system develop, we'll have that colder air come through from Canada and really cool down the higher terrain, and some moisture in play here as well. We're talking big-time snows from the northern Rockies pushing out towards the northern plains here. And both models, the European as well as the American model, yeah, we got a big-time snow event from the Four Corners to the Rockies into the northern plains as we head through most of this week.
Okay, Paul Goodlow, thank you.
All right. Oh, there you go. There we go. All right. Okay, so millions bracing for snowstorms. Okay. Now, because of the judgment that are going around the world, you are seeing the weather going to acting more erratically, more unusual, abnormal, unordinary, not in the out of the ordinary. Well, extraordinary. Okay, you will see a lot of unusual stuff. People, especially with the weather, the people, because the weather affected the people. Okay, you will see when it's cold, you feel cold, you put more clothes on you, you try to protect your body. When it's hot, you try to stay in the AC or you're working with less clothes on because it's hot. And that's how the weather is going to be now. They are bracing for snowstorm. A few weeks ago, those people were bracing for the heat wave. Now they are bracing for snowstorm, and then it's gonna keep coming. This is gonna be their new regular until the Holy One removed them from our land. Okay, let's keep moving to the next video. Oh boy, let me see. There you go. All right. I don't do ley line anymore, but anyway. Oops. There you go. Okay, look at this. All right, look at that. Okay. Look at this, man. Do you think those people can catch a break? Do you think, like, you know what, let me enlarge this because I want to make it big for, there you go. Okay, you think things like that are normal? And it happened all the time ever since 2020. Remember Texas? Okay, this is in Louisiana. Okay, was it snowing over there? Was it snowing? Okay, this is terrible, man. This is terrible. This is terrible. But this is the time we are living in. This is the time of judgment. This is the time to pay the piper because you folks done a lot to the children of the Holy One. All right. Oh, this is terrible. Terrible fog. I always advise do not drive and things like that. Okay, try to find the nearest exit, get out, and go park. Let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving right here. There you go.
A Saturday night party turned deadly in Little Elm, and right now police are working to find the people responsible. Little Elm PD says it happened on Sunlight Drive near East El Dorado Parkway around 9:30 last night. At a home there, they found 2 shooting victims. One is in the hospital in critical condition. The other died. Police later found a 3rd shooting victim about 2 streets away. The condition of that person is not known, but tonight we are working to get more information on potential suspects.
Oh boy. This is again in Texas. A lot going on over there. Let's keep on moving.
And a deadly shooting in North Dallas now under investigation. Dallas police say they found 27-year-old Thomas Burns on Esperanza Street about 9:30 Friday.
The dude is 27. You know what to do.
Night. He had been shot and died at the scene. A second shooting victim was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. DPD is still looking for witnesses and suspects this morning.
Texas is catching a lot of hell.
A mom of 2 small children is dead this morning, killed in her own home. Police are searching for those suspects right now. Brittany Jeffers is live. Fleming Drive and Federal Road with who police are looking for this morning. And Brittany, can you tell?
Oh, okay. We watched this before. The 2 guys that they know.
Right now, the search is on for the suspects who stole a car with a 1-year-old inside.
Oh boy.
This happened in a neighborhood in southwest Fort Worth. The child was later found safe about 12 miles from home. Here's WFAA's Stacia Wilson tonight with more on how this scary situation unfolded.
This neighborhood has been a focal point for Fort Worth police officers all afternoon. Just before 1 o'clock today, officers were called out for kidnapping. It happened at a home located about 12 miles from here on the 1300 block of Orange Avenue. A woman told investigators that her vehicle had been stolen with her 1-year-old child inside. She said 3 suspects, 2 men and a woman, began harassing and assaulted her 12-year-old child, who was also inside the vehicle. Police say the suspects took off with the woman's vehicle with the baby still inside. The 1-year-old was discovered a short time later near the 9100 block of Shalmita Lane. The baby was not harmed. Our cameras were at this location when officers were called out to the neighborhood for a second time for an unrelated crime around 5 p.m.
Oh man. Yo, not only this crime happened, the thief stole the car with the child in there, but those guys, the police, were in the same area dealing with another unrelated crime. That means like things are happening so fast, so much, especially over there in Texas, that they have crimes going on simultaneously at the same time. It's just, this is crazy. But hey, this is the time of judgment.
And patrolmen were scouring the area with their guns drawn. We've since been told by police they were looking for a wanted suspect. That person was located and arrested. And again, police tell us it's unrelated to that suspected kidnapping. However, the 3 suspects wanted for taking the vehicle with the child still inside are still at large tonight.
Crazy. Oh boy. Is that the one right there? Oh yeah, that's the Maryland George. Yes. So let's watch this one.
We turn now to the search for the man suspected of gunning down a Maryland judge in his driveway. Authorities say it happened just hours after the judge ruled.
There's a certain look about this dude. Certain nose. Certain way that he wears glasses. Is he? Anyway, let's watch. Let's listen to his name.
Ruled against him in a custody case, and our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is in Washington with more. Good morning, Pierre.
Rebecca, good morning. The U.S. Marshals have joined the search for a suspect who police believe is desperate and fueled by rage. This morning, a Maryland suburb of Washington, D.C. on edge as police search for the suspect accused of assassinating a local judge.
Oh boy. Why did you use the word assassinated? As if this judge was some kind of president or some kind of king. He just he's just a regular dude. If he was a regular guy with a regular job, they'll say he was murdered, he was killed. But they use the word assassinated so you can see, wow, he was so important. That's a big deal. Assassination.
On the run after allegedly murdering Judge Andrew Wilkinson because the judge ruled in favor of Argote's estranged wife in a custody battle over their 4 children.
We think Judge Wilkinson was targeted.
Just hours before he was shot multiple times in his driveway on Thursday night, Judge Wilkinson ruled that Argote should have no visitation and no contact with his children or their mother, unless initiated by her.
Wow. And the 83, they're all going at each other's throat, man. 83 is just furious. Good grief. Oh. These guys are taking each other out like this. Killer George, man. Shot that fellow multiple times.
Police discovering his car, a 2009 Mercedes SUV like this one, about 8 miles away from the scene of the murder. The community shocked at the cold-blooded murder of a judge who was known as a soft-spoken family man.
Okay, which one is the judge here? I'm very confused. Is this guy the judge or the guy with the glasses with the judge? I don't know what's going on here. Let's watch this again because I'm very confused, okay?
We turn now to the search for the man suspected of gunning down a Maryland judge in his driveway.
Okay, is he the judge?
Authorities say it happened just hours after the judge ruled against him in a custody case, and our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is in Washington with more. Good morning, Pierre.
Rebecca, good morning. The U.S. Marshals have joined the search for a suspect who police believe is desperate and fueled by rage. This morning, a Maryland suburb of Washington, D.C. on edge as police search for the suspect accused of assassinating a local judge. Pedro Argote on the run after allegedly murdering Judge Andrew Wilkinson.
All right, then. Okay. Pedro was the guy with the glasses, and then he murdered this fellow, Andrew. Okay. All right, then. Let's keep on moving.
Because the judge ruled in favor of Argote's estranged wife in a custody battle over their 4 children.
Oof.
We think Judge Wilkinson was targeted.
Just hours before he was shot multiple times in his driveway on Thursday night, Judge Wilkinson ruled that Argote should have no visitation and no contact with his children or their mother, unless initiated by her. Police discovering his car, a 2009 Mercedes SUV like this one, about 8 miles away from the scene of the murder. The community shocked at the cold-blooded murder of a judge was known as a soft-spoken family man.
It's not fair. I'm going to remember that he encouraged people and served people.
Judge Wilkinson is the third state judge nationally in the last 3 years shot by someone who had a case before their court. And in the last 2 years, there have been more than 7,000 threats against federal judges. New Jersey federal judge Esther Salas has been calling for more judicial security ever since her son was murdered 3 years ago by a man who was targeting her.
We are seeing...
Oh, good grief. Now, listen, beloved, this is coming from them. This is not me making things up, Brethren, okay? This is coming from them. It's murder, killing, assassination, and we are seeing trains. Listen, okay, listen to this again. Let's go over there. Listen to them.
It's not fair. I'm going to remember that he encouraged people and served people.
Judge Wilkinson is the third state judge nationally in the last 3 years shot by someone who had a case before their court. And in the last 2 years, there have been more than 7,000 threats against federal judges. New Jersey federal judge Esther Salas has been calling for more judicial security ever since her son was murdered 3 years ago by a man who was targeting her.
We are seeing lives lost and the potential for more lives to be lost if we don't take action now.
The marshals are offering...
So you guys, this is what it is, beloved. This is where this thing is coming from. This is where this thing is tying on. You see, when those people were in their blessing and we were running on our curses, they abused their power. Those judges were the one that used to handed long sentences to our people. They abuse their power, and the abuse become normal. And they used to do this to us. And other people see this, they really don't care because they weren't in trouble. Now, 3 years ago, 2020, that stuff switched. The curses switched, the blessings switched. Now, those people, because they've been doing this abuse, which become normal unto them, so they are doing the same abuse to the 83, their brethren. Now, 83 ain't gonna stand for this ish. They know what you did unto them is dead wrong. You don't tell me not to, I have zero right to see my children, and with this wife that took all my money and stuff, I'm gonna kill you. You see, our people will just put their head down and take this L and walk away. They taught our people to tuck their tail between their leg and then skip out of here. If we lost a custody battle like this, hey, the system is against us. We know the system is built against us. If we got 20 years for a bag of weed, we know the system is built against us. But not 83, man. They ain't gonna go down like this. They know what you're doing to them is unfair. They're gonna come after you and harm you. That's why you see an increase of judges getting threatened and killed, because they are doing the same thing they did to us unto those people, and those people can clearly see what you are doing is wrong, and I'm not black, I'm not stupid, and you're going to do this thing unto me, then I'm going to take you out. And that's what happened here.
A $10,000 reward for anyone with information that leads to Argote's arrest. Robert, it's a dangerous situation.
It really is. It really is, Pierre. Thank you.
Hi. Crazy. Let's keep on moving, beloved, okay?
Dallas police are looking for a driver. Investigators say hit and killed a 7-year-old girl in North Dallas overnight.
She died at the scene on 635 near Coit Road. Police sources say the girl and her family were staying at a hotel along the highway, and she wandered away from the family.
Ooh.
The first car that hit her took off. The second driver stopped. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager talked with investigators. She joins us now live. Peyton.
Heather, and no arrests in this case. Dallas police tell me the investigation is still in its early stages, but what they do know is at least 2 vehicles hit that little girl, and right now they are looking for the initial driver who did not stop.
We're pushing. If anybody saw something, if anybody know anything, please reach out.
Dallas police asking the public's help in finding a driver investigators say hit and killed a 7-year-old girl early Monday morning. Just after midnight, police say a white vehicle traveling eastbound on the LBJ service road near Coit Road in North Dallas hit the child, who was lying in the middle of the road. The driver of the white vehicle called 911, stopped, and cooperated with responding officers. Detectives determined the child had already been hit at least once prior to the white vehicle and died on scene.
She was lying in the roadway. She was already lying in the roadway when the second driver hit her.
Now the department is searching for that initial driver who struck the child and didn't stop. As of Monday, police do not have any description of the vehicle they're looking for.
So we are pushing and asking for the community's help, that if anyone saw anything, heard anything.
Dallas police are also investigating why the 7-year-old was crossing the service road. Police sources tell Fox 4 the little girl's family was staying at a nearby Marriott Residence Inn and she wandered off the property in the middle of the night. We visited the Marriott Monday off 635. From the front, it appears the only two exits are a vehicle gate and the front lobby door. The manager on duty declined to share any comments Monday in an effort to respect the family's privacy.
Yeah, so the little girl, she was 7 and she just wandered off. Now they really don't know how she ended up in that world. Okay, they really don't know how, because she just ended up in there and she got hit by a car. The first guy didn't stop, I believe. The second one stopped. How did she end up there? There are only 2 exits to the lobby and the front gate. And the gate only opened when a car approached it, I'm assuming, and then it opened. How did this little girl end up there? Some of us know, some of us don't. Let's keep on moving. Okay. Yeah, that's the Pope over there. Pope urgently calls for humanitarian law in Gaza.
I continue to follow with much pain what is happening in Israel and Palestine. I think of so many, especially the little ones and the elderly. I renew my call for the release of the hostages, and I strongly demand that children, the sick, the elderly, women and all civilians do not fall victim to the conflict. I call for humanitarian law to be respected, especially in Gaza, where there is an urgent need to guarantee humanitarian corridors and to rescue the entire population. Brothers and sisters, so many people have already died. Please do not spill any more innocent blood, neither in the Holy Land nor in Ukraine.
Holy Land, you said? Oh, man! Oh, boy. Holy Land, he said. Ah. A bunch of unholy people living in the Holy Land doing unholy stuff. Man, the theatrics are getting worse day by day. The theatrics are getting worse. The Pope have the power of Jesus Christ. He was supposed to say a few words and this thing would have turned back to normal. And now he's asking for the people to not spill any more blood in the Holy Land. First of all, Pope, you and those myriads of people, which look like some kind of thing somebody generated in some kind of mid-journey software, and then this look computer generated. If you watch, look at the shirt, look at the color pattern. It's 2. You only see like 3 patterns here: red shirt, white shirt, and some gray shirt. Look at the hands. This thing is like some kind of thing they put it. Look at this dude out of place right there, standing in the middle. Okay, once you mess with software, you know it's something they generated, and some kind of clips they generate. This dude is completely out of place. Okay, this woman is taking a picture all the way up over there. This dude, his hand is crossed. Look at this.
Anywhere else, no more. Wars are always a defeat.
What you people are supposed to be raptured. All those people over there, which not real. This is generated. This is they generated this in some kind of software to make it seem like the Pope was giving a huge speech to a lot of people. It's not. A lot of people look out of line here. That guy in the yellow shirt, okay, and then there's too much space here. Whoever did this did a sloppy job. And look at those people. This is, you see this thing right here? It's supposed to keep the people behind it. You see people are behind it, people in front of it. Look at the man child. This looks like some bearded dude, like a kid sitting. That's how okay, this is badly made, man. Whoever made this, look, there's a table here. There's another table there. This is badly generated, man. Whoever put this in the software, I can see through this. You people were supposed to be raptured, but anyway, man. Oh, God, you people are terrible. Let's keep on moving, man. That is if you're familiar with Midjourney or the DALL-E, what they call this thing again? Leonardo or image generated. This is image generated. The color scheme doesn't match. It look bland. You know, it doesn't match.
Wars are always a defeat. Always.
Le guerre sono sempre una sconfitta.
Yeah, whatever, Pope. Whatever. You guys are looking for that attention. You attention whores.
A North Texas teacher's aide is caught on a school camera assaulting an 8-year-old student. But it's what Richardson ISD did not do that had the boy's mother reaching out to our I-Team and investigative reporter Brian New. As a result of our reporting here on CBS News Texas and the I-Team, the school district now making some changes. And we do want to warn you, you might find some of this video hard to watch.
As students waited for the afternoon bus to arrive at Aiken Elementary School in Dallas, a cafeteria camera captured an interaction between this teacher's aide, who works in the special education department, and this 8-year-old student who's in 2nd grade. The video has no sound, but shows the boy's reaction after being told by the aide to go sit down. The boy, who's enrolled in the school's special education program, then sits at the end of the lunch table in silence. Nearly a minute goes by before he stands back up. This next part may be hard to watch.
Well, I'm not gonna play it because YouTube gonna come after me and say that, oh, you are advertising or you are promoting child abuse or you are telling people to go out. We cancel your account because you're promoting abuse out there. Like, no, we're speaking on it, okay? The other day, they sent an email onto everybody, especially if you're a creator, saying, oh, we will be a little bit more lightly. We know. You see, this is how, let me see if I can choose. Man, where's the video? Oh, boy. Let me see if we can get it. YouTube, let's see. YouTube creator video, YouTube creator video, monetize, whoops, monetize, renew, 2023, something like that. Let me see. And what they said unto me, they said, oh, okay, let me just explain it instead of trying to tell you. Well, we YouTube and the YouTube community, we realized that, of course, the software, the AI, whatever, can make mistake. We will do a way so you can talk about child abuse, sexual abuse. We know you are not promoting those things, but you want to speak on them. Certain subjects that are very sensitive, and we're now going to be a little bit more lenient. We know those things need to be addressed, and now you can monetize them. What they are saying, beloved, there are so much damage, so much abuse going on within their children, within 83. Remember back then, if you say anything, if you even have a kid in your video, they will just, not only they will demonetize it and they will restrict your video. You can't make a video with a child in there. If there is a baby, or you, for instance, if I have a little baby and then I just show that baby. I say, hey, I got this newborn baby here, and give that baby a kiss, and then give it back to her mother. They will restrict my video because there's a child in there. Okay, or you're abusing this child, or you're doing this video for children. You're showing this is bad. They will literally restrict your video. People won't be able to comment on it. Don't do anything. That's what they do. Now they realize, okay, the problem is in their midst. They realize the problem is affecting them more than it affecting us. Now people can go ahead and openly talk about rape because they want to hear from it. Because a lot of those people, they are strung out on drugs. Their kids, you know, they're out there in 83 doing stuff to 83, and then a lot of these things happening. So now they want everything to be, we want to talk about like mental health issue. They were focusing so much on mental health in 988 because it's affecting them now. See, back then when our people were dealing with 988, and then you try to say, well, I had thoughts of 988 deleting myself, they quickly they put your video out, cancel your channel. Oh, we understand now that you guys want to talk about it. Things like that need to be talked about and stuff like that. There's a doctor on YouTube called Dr. Berg, and he talk about fasting a lot. He talk about a bunch of stuff. Let me see if I can find a video he recently made about 2 weeks ago. Dr. Berg, YouTube warning, I guess. Well, they removed one of his video. Okay. Where's the remove YouTube removing video, right? Not quite sure. Okay, there you go. He made it a month ago. Okay, this is the video. Okay, Dr. Berg gets censored. He was silenced. Okay, let's watch like a minute out of it.
Well, it's official. YouTube has just now banned anything related to health that doesn't align with the general medical consensus.
Okay, so that's what he just made. He didn't do anything. He just said, go natural, do natural stuff, and then they censor him. And they say, well, you are giving medical thing that is against, you know, the guideline of CDC or whatever. Okay? They say they literally they censor him. They said you are giving false information out there. Okay? So and they silence him. The guy have 11 million subscribers. Okay? Let's go right. Here we go. Okay, they censor him if you watch the whole video. They say, well, you are saying things that we do not agree with. Like, what do you mean? I just give a simple example and stuff. That's what they do, you know, because now what those people are seeing, they even see that a lot of people are detaching from the system. A lot of people are going natural. A lot of people are not taking their meds. A lot of people are using natural ways, man. Fasting, the sun, water, this food they grow, that food they bought organically, and they don't like that. And whoever is coming on the path, and they are doing their best to get rid of those people. But anyway, beloved, let's keep on moving, okay?
The teacher is out of the classroom and has resigned after parents were told she gave students melatonin gummies to nonverbal kindergartners. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. District leaders say they are appalled by the teacher's actions at Pine Forest Elementary School in Atascocita.
KPRC2's Row 1 Belogan there live and just spoke to the mother of one of the students who was given one of those gummies, Row 1.
Oh boy.
Daniela, Keith, we know there are a number of investigations into all of this, trying to figure out exactly why this teacher did this, including one by Humble ISD Police and CPS.
Did she go to the nurse? Like, did she bring the melatonin gummies from home?
Nia Moreno says she's left with more questions than answers after learning her 5-year-old son and his classmates were given melatonin by their teacher without permission.
What if there's something else in there? I mean, I don't know. I don't put...
Now, again, that's one of the main reasons you cannot trust your kids with those folks, because you don't know what else they are giving those kids, man. You know, and hey, that's melatonin. That's, I would say this is not that harmful, or pretty much it's not harmful. But certain people, that's what they do. They groom kids, and they could have give them drugs. You see this all the time. Kids die in those daycare and schools because of the drugs and other things that they put in there. For instance, see this video. You just say kids, and you know people are talking about this. YouTube could flag you down and say, well, you are promoting drugs to children, and you know we take down your video, we take down your stuff. They just sent me a message today talking about things in 2020, like, oh, if you had edited something in video editing in 2020, you might want to go and check it back because some of the stuff are not fully edited. And they sent me 2 videos and stuff like that. But anyway, this is one of the main reasons why you don't trust anyone else with your children except you, because they can do anything to those kids. You don't know what kind of hash they are putting on those kids and giving unto them and make them special. Okay, you know what kind of... I don't want to go into this thing because people are like, well, you know, conspiracy, the vaccine, they put things in there and make your children autism and stuff like that. I don't want to go into this because it will create somewhat controversy. Okay, this happened a few weeks ago. $81 billion in... $81 billion in the bank transfer abruptly halted as JP Morgan Chase and big banks encounter major glitch in Japan. Report. Beloved, listen. $81 billion. What they are saying here, they said 81 billion or 81 trillion? 81 billion. 81 billion is missing. 81 billion is just poof. They don't see it. 81 billion is gone. That's what they are saying. Oh, well, there's some kind of glitch. Lately, there's been a lot of glitch. I don't know what the hell is going on. I believe a few years ago we were praying online and we asked the Holy One to make the banks glitch. And some of those money that they refuse to give unto us actually transfer unto us. This is the system going down. Okay? All right? There we go. Let's keep moving to the next video.
And Mark and Samantha, Chicago fire crews have been on the scene for hours now, still battling this fire. In fact, after we spoke with you guys at 6 o'clock, that fire flared up again just when we thought that they were making some really solid progress on it. So we have to be thinking about these firefighters as they work to battle this blaze in dangerous conditions. Now, we also know, according to CFD, that nearby residents have also been asked to evacuate just out of an abundance of caution, simply because of the nature of this fire. Now, Mark and Samantha, I spoke with the pastor a little bit earlier on this morning, and I have to say, despite what we're seeing right now, I am struck by how hopeful, optimistic, and positive this church congregation is being despite what is happening right now. An incredible testimony to their faith right there. So this is happening at the Advocates United Church of Christ. I'm told by the pastor that they got an alarm notification at around 3:40 this morning.
Okay, well, the point of the businesses those folks are receiving now, it's their churches are being destroyed. They are being destroyed. Okay, don't be sitting there and like their faith, they're unshakable. No, man, that church is being burned down. They are not being raptured. Ish is over there killing Ishmael. Ishmael is killing H, and then there's unshakable faith and stuff like that, and this and that. Nah, man, the burial in the midst of you.
We're told by CFD there are no injuries, which is obviously the best news that we can get this morning. The church says there was no one inside. Now, a little bit more information about this congregation. It's a bit smaller, maybe 50 or so members. They say they've been around for about 10 years, but this building was actually constructed in the 1800s. So
Ooh, again, this is symbolic right there. Look at the steeple. Okay, look at this. Okay, look at the steeple right here.
Inside. Now, a little bit more information
Let's
about
just
this
enlarge
congregation.
this.
It's a bit smaller, maybe 50 or so members. They say they've
look
been
at
around
this.
for about
Look at
10
this
years.
right here.
This building was actually
Look at this. Look at this.
constructed
Look
in
at
the
this.
1800s. So
Okay, it fell. That means the steeple that you people use to tap into the ley line and draw energy, the Holy One destroyed them, and there's nothing you can do. Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
quite an old building. The church describes themselves as a ministry working to help the homeless population in the area as well. I also just spoke with a church congregant who was emotional, just really describing how awesome the pastor is and how difficult this time is for all of them. But I want to play you some of my interview with the pastor. Take a look.
I really don't have any words. I was just here today.
Pastor Malcolm Griffith. Again, beloved, those people, they are not asleep, man. They are wide awake. They are just the people that they put there to put the one that are awake back to sleep. And a lot of people went back to sleep. See, in 2020, a lot of those so-called Christian, and they, when the whole thing got shut down, so to speak, they went home, they watched a lot of our videos. And that's when we were receiving millions of subscribers. Okay? Those people are the ones that are awake. Guys like this fellow, it's not like he doesn't know who we are. They know very well who we are. They are out there whispering in the eyes, whispering in the ears of the one that are awake. Go back to sleep. Come pray with us. Come pray for Ish. See that thing going on over there in Ishland? It's prophecy. You know that if you bless Ish, you will be blessed, right? Come back to church. And their church are being burned down.
Day, and it was doing ministry, and we left around 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. And so, ironically, even we was here to meet the building code inspector. We just passed the inspection, and so everything was fine.
That's the thing. Ironically, the inspector came in, they passed the inspection, everything was good, then the fire started.
The congregation also tells me that everything they have inside the church is lost. The steeple collapsed. Just a really, really difficult situation. But I am taken aback by how optimistic and hopeful this congregation is, despite what
they are optimistic or positive. They are acting like that, but they know for a fact this is going to cost millions of dollars. And they don't have that money. They don't have that money. Even if that thing costs a couple $100,000, but who wants to spend this money? And then those people are out of the door, man. They're on their way. This new generation, or whatever you want to call them, Generation Z or whatever's coming, they are not about church. They are not about politics. They are not joining the army. They are not doing stuff. They're all about, just chill and staying on the phone and do drugs. And the drugs is good out there, man. The fentanyl, it is. Who you gonna have to go pray for you? It's just like this old generation, and those guys, they are not part of that church, and they don't want any business to do with it because there's too much things out there that are way more interesting than sit in a church and then sit there for like hours, at least 2 hours. And listen to somebody. Those people, they don't have the attention span to do this. The reason why the older generation were able to go to church, because we didn't have the internet, okay, like we did. Growing up as a kid in the 90s, early 2000s, we didn't have the internet. Even growing up as a teenager, the internet really truly came out somewhere in 2005 with MySpace. That's when things started to pick up. YouTube came in 2006. Things started to pick up. I had my first YouTube channel. I used to make a little video of me playing basketball, just do my stuff, things like that. Instead of me going to church and do stuff, doing YouTube. A lot of kids these days, instead of them going to church, they are doing TikToks. So the older generation, they didn't have this form of, I would say, distraction, something to just relax. They'll just go to the church and listen to some dude. Right now, things those guys are saying is so boring. Nobody want to stay there because it's fake. And It's just lies.
What is happening right now? Of course, Mark and Samantha, as we learn more details about this fire, we'll be sure to bring you that information.
Anyway, man, are we done with this? I think we're about 40 minutes in. 44. All right, we'll stop right here. We'll watch the Leviathan and Google. We'll stop right here. We'll take the rest whenever we have the time to do another Esau's Trouble. But beloved, in conclusion, you see those folks are afraid. The Mighty One is indeed in their midst. And we give the Mighty One great praise, great glory. Shalom.